So I'd encourage the consumer to place their house on the market right now. Or if you're working with someone, go ahead and find the home of your dreams. You know, over time, real estate has appreciated, but what if it doesn't in the future? Do you remember those folks I told you about that back in 1982 bought those mobile homes? It's okay. You know, we used to always talk about, boy, what a great investment real estate is. Just imagine, you know, it's appreciating at 6, 8, 10, 12, 15% a year. You know, you buy now and, you know, have all this money you're going to have later on when you decide to sell. We can't say that anymore, but we still can sell the house. Why? Because people want to have their own place. And we've lost sight of that. We've lost touch with that. People still want to have their own place. Stu, comment?
I'll let later.
Okay. Remember, there's always been fluctuations in the market, and we're here to help people make decisions and have as little bit of stress as possible. And that's the point of what we're talking about. Remember, the people out there in the marketplace, their needs haven't changed. Some need to move up, some need a smaller house, some need to change neighborhoods, some need different school systems, some want their own home, some need a smaller monthly payment due to changes in their income. If all of us are out sharing the great news about the benefits of home ownership and our competition is not, then we win. How many of you talk to your competitors and they kind of feel down in the dumps? Jackie Simon, I'll mention her. I knew her years and years and years ago when I was a regional director for ERA Real Estate up in the Washington, D.C. area. Jackie was a neat lady. She did very well in real estate, but when she was growing up, she used to race Jaguars. You know, the car, not the animal. And she knew how to get under the hood and do all that stuff under the hood and so on. And then she got rheumatoid arthritis and couldn't do that anymore. She was telling me a story. She was at a Washington, D.C. cocktail party. And people went around talking about it. And this was back in the 80s when it was so horrible. And folks were saying, well, what do you think? And this fellow that was in real estate, Carlton, just said, oh, this is the worst market I've ever seen. This is horrible. Nothing's selling. It's terrible. I'm really thinking about maybe doing something else. I'm just going to have to get out of the business. It's just not working. And so that same person goes over and talks to Jackie. Jackie, how's it going? I'm selling everything I can get my hands on. It's unbelievable. I can't believe how great this market is. I've already had 35 closings this year, and it's just September. I mean, things are just on fire. And the guy goes, huh? I just talked to this guy over here, and it's death row, and I'm talking to Jackie, and she's on fire. I think if I have a real estate need, I'm going to Jackie. And I think we need to have an attitude shift too, don't you? Right. I think we really do. It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. But we need to help convince our people that it's going to be okay and it's going to be all right to make that decision. If they're frozen like Steve talks about, or if they're in paralysis like Steve mentioned, we've got to help them move away from that. And instead of saying, let me go find somebody that's still okay, and that number's getting smaller and smaller, let's work with the people that we've got and turn them around and get them to be excited about what's going on. Help them with what they're doing. Now, so what do? Well, we need to develop our business. We need to help it to grow. And we need to posture ourselves with very little cost to tell people that are new to us that we've never met before, and hopefully we can do that in large numbers, that it's okay to buy. So how do I meet all these new people? Well, as a beginning, if we met 5 people a day for 4 days a week whom we did not know and begin building a relationship by staying in touch through email, our business would grow. Let me give you an example of what that means. Let's just say that if I met 5 people a day, for 4 days, for 4 weeks, times 10 months, would be 800 new emails. What if 3% of those people decide they want to do business with me? A real small number, right? That would be what? 24 contracts in a year? Now, what if the average sales price of my house is $150,000? At 3% commission equals $4,500 in gross commission times 24 contracts is $1.8 million. Excuse me, not $1.8 million? I wish it was.
Yeah, me too.
I wish it was.
No math.
I wish it was. It's $108,000. My mouth is getting ahead of my brain. Will this work? What if I carved off a piece of my day and just went out and met 5 people I've never met before? Now there's some questions. Okay, you got my interest. What do I say to that stranger to have him give me the email? What do I say? Will they give me the email? Will they do that?
Sure.
What's my turn down ratio? I mean, you know, how many no's am I going to get before I get a yes? But does it matter? As long as I get 5 a day? Right? 4 days a week? Right? For only 10 months out of the year? Then I can really build a business and I can be a member of the 100% Club award category. So I need to change an attitude too, don't I? I need to move from, gee, I sure hope this gets better, to where I go out and make it better. Because I'm the one that's out on the street, that I'm very positive about what's going on. I feel very confident about the future, and I can make this thing work. I can make it winner. I can be a winner. Stu's going to talk about being a winner Saturday. And can I talk just a little bit about it? Stu is now the #1 broker in his area. And the reason he is he's never given up. He's always been positive, and he just recently attracted the #1 agent team in his entire board to come with him. Because he never gave up.
1 year.
In 1 year, you've gone from...
No, I worked on that.
Oh, worked on him for a year.
1 year I worked on it. Mm-hmm. The mother, who is the team leader, actually the father is, but he's behind. Then the son, and then the father. Finally got them all in the office. They decided it was ridiculous not to come.
And then you've had some other folks join you since then, and that's only been 30 days because I think we talked about him in the newsletter. So he's already gotten more folks. He's going to be Saturday morning on that panel, and I hope you'll stay around to listen how he did that.
I don't know. God alone knows.
That's the truth. Yeah. If you all can go back to your folks and say, listen, I think it's important that we begin to start to build our business, and I don't care what you do tomorrow to build your business as long as you do something. All right, if you go get 5 emails or 3 emails, that's fine. But what if that little sheet up there says preview 5 properties. Well, I don't have 5 listings, so I can't go out and preview my 5. And Frank, he's not going to let me go preview his 5. And we're in the same company. But maybe I can go out and preview 5 in the marketplace somewhere. Just call up one of the brokers or the agents that have that listing and say, hi, can I come by and preview your listing? I have buyers from time to time in that price range. I'd love to come see it. And you go out and you preview that property and you see that property. What are the chances that the agent who has the property listed does not tell the seller to get out of the house while you're previewing it? Probably won't call them. So you have a chance to preview the property, and that's all you do. But they do what? They meet another face. They meet another person. And maybe when that listing comes up for renewal, they think of you. Well, that's one thing I can do. I can go out and preview 2 or 3 or 4 properties. I can do 1 a day, 5 a week. And during that time, I'm going to meet some sellers. I'm going to be very honest and very ethical. I'm there to preview the property and only that. But they'll meet me. They'll get to see me. They'll get to pass some pleasantries. And who knows, maybe later on when they decide that they don't want to be with that person anymore, they want to be with you. It's a way to build our business. You know, another way to build our business is right now we have a lot of expireds out in the marketplace. And on the prospecting film that I showed you on Knowledge Point, I have a whole section on expireds, and I'll give you the script. And the script is how to conduct a phone call with an expired, who's, by the way, angry and bitter. You know that? They're angry and bitter, aren't they? Right. So the first thing you have to do is what? Open them up. I give you the script on how to open them up so that they will then dump on you. Okay? And the reason a lot of people don't call expireds is because they get dumped on. That's part of the deal. It's okay. You're being dumped on. And the reason you're being dumped on is so that after they do that, they feel like they need to listen to you. And they open up. And then you begin to talk to them and say, well, listen, you know, if you were at Walmart the other day and the clerk came by and upset you, would you stop going to Walmart or just think that that was the clerk that caused the problem? And you say, well, it was the clerk that caused the problem. Right. Well, don't judge our whole industry by one person and the experience you've had in the marketing of your property. Let me give you a second opinion if that's okay with you. And you go out and you give them a second opinion. We're just not moving forward like we could. And if all of us could do that, if all of us could begin to move forward in our marketplace right now the way we are, we'll begin to take the market from our competitors because they're not doing that. They're not stepping up and doing those kinds of things.